if it sounds good right now, I'm just going to go with this. It's not probably the best audio because I don't know if it's all going direct into there. But okay, cool. I'm just gonna go with this. I don't think this is the best setting, but I'm just gonna go with it. So thanks everybody for being patient. You missed where I was before. I set up, um, I'll turn it up a little bit more. I can do that. How about this? So I think that, okay, so I set up a couple different tracks. If you missed it, I was talking about I'm putting the sub 37 through one of these tracks audio wise, and then the DFAM through the other one. A CV track that's going out to here, although the CV tracks, I have trouble getting the Force one to work. I have to say, I'm looking, and it's supposed to go out of gate port out of number 2, and yet it's like not working correctly. It's not going out to this thing. So I'm not sure why it's not triggering it, but that's how it would go if I played this. And I have a little track here. I'm going to turn this down. This should be triggering. I have notes coming out of here that's supposed to be sending gates, but it doesn't seem to like doing that. I have it going out of the correct gate, but gate port number 3. Oh, this thing gets to be so frustrating sometimes. The sounds this thing makes are so hilarious. Okay, come on, give me some love here with this thing. Oh wait, here it's going. I did it. I just needed to be monitored. Okay, that's a little weird. Apparently, I needed to have the monitoring for the channel be on in order for it to send the CV out. That feels a little unnecessary to me, but it seems to be working now. So now I put in a clip, just quarter notes, just to give me like, so this advances, but I probably should put in, I should probably make those 16th notes. So I'm going to try erasing this and do this again here. And I think I can actually just draw them across like so. The nice thing about using CV as a gate for moving this is that when I press play over here and it's not on, it just, the DFAM is a little repetitive, but I have noticed that if I use it as a gate to advance it, that I can do some weird stuff with some polyrhythms to be able to, polymeters, to be able to change the, you know, how it ends up lining up. So let's try this again here. What's going on now? Decay or something else? This thing is so unpredictable. It's so crazy to work with. Filter was just waiting to me. Oh, God. You know, the one thing I have noticed, oh my God, this thing is crazy. One thing that happened, and this happened when I was messing around with the MPC one also, that when you're using CV, it's like this electrical stuff is like for real in the sense that it like it's doing something else. There's some other electrical thing that's going on that's making the volume go up and down because it shouldn't be. Here, I'll show you. Let's take this out. So put this in. I press play. Like, why is it getting quieter? I mean, it kind of sounds cool, but it's not. These are running across here, but it's like. I don't know, but I kind of like it. It's kind of super unpredictable right now. I don't know why it's just so much decay. Well, it's kind of got its own thing going on, so I'm just gonna. God. I'm gonna kind of go with that because that feels so unpredictable that I'm gonna like. I'm just gonna let that roll. Let's add a drum track in here. I'm really liking these trap kits lately. I like the snares on them. I still don't know why this is like. Maybe there's something going on with this CV thing. Try changing one of these ports to be different here. See if that makes a difference. I don't want it to be quite that unpredictable. Gosh. You know, you can't, you know, so you some who said that Tyler was saying that these were starting with regard to the CV, you mean? I don't know. I mean, it's working correctly. It's supposed to be, I have this going from a gate to the advanced clock. You can see it moving when I play. It's doing 16th notes. But it's just acting all crazy. Maybe I'll create a new clip and maybe just put like quarter notes in here and see if this makes it any better. Oops. Does anybody else who uses the Force hate using your fingers on this damn screen? You can send out modulation as a CV if you route it correctly. It's not super easy to do? Well, it's working on the slower setting. So I don't know why, just really didn't like the faster setting. Isn't that weird? It's like strange. I mean, it's true, Tyler, that like sometimes that's kind of sad when you just have to start things over again, but I'm just going to go with the slower setting. This can be cool too. I mean, this is why I like this thing, is because it's just so crazy in terms of the sounds that it makes. I mean, I would never come up with an idea for this. Okay, hold on. I got to change this clip length. I forgot to have it on. It's not a great frame. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I need to, I want to keep this kind of up full volume. When I record stuff, I prefer to use like the filter in here because then I can control it later. If I don't, then you're kind of stuck with it. So I'm going to go to the audio track for the DFAM, and I'm going to put a, I'm also really liking, I've been doing a lot these vintage effects. I don't know if you guys have ever messed around with them, but it's the NPC 3000. I don't know, it just adds this like unifying tone to it. I really like that effect lately. So then I'm going to put my filter on here so that I can control this a little bit without having to change the filter on this part. And I think I'm going to put that in this one of these macros here. How about this one right here? No, I'm going to do this one right here. Learn, I'm going to go to the mixer, to this filter, cut off frequency, and go back to macros, turn off learn. So now I got a little filter going on here. Make this a little faster. All right, I think I need some more hi-hats in that, like that track. It's not enough. happened to my drum track? Weird. My drum track just completely like conked out. All right, I just recorded a new one. No big deal. What the? Come on. This is problem day. There's like, it's like super quiet volume. I don't really understand what's... All right, I'm just going to delete this track. I'm going to go with Tyler, your approach of just like delete something. Just delete that track, load it back up again. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh yeah, I do agree. Wet dry on those vintage effects would be nice too, just to blend it a little bit. All right, let's try this again. I also found this cool trick out recently when I was doing my last Jamuary thing, is that when you are recording into a track, if you turn off the record button at the bottom, it will stop recording. It is a lot different than when you hit the clip up above. So if I was to start this and record into this and then hit it to... Why the freak is this white like that? That's so weird. Huh. My force is getting all wacky all of a sudden. That's so weird. It always turns red. Now it suddenly turns white. Does anybody have... I don't really get that. I don't understand why it's white all of a sudden. Anyways, what my point was is that when you push a clip to record it and you have it to launch record and you start it and then it starts recording, you want to turn it off, you can push it again and it will loop the clip or whatever and go through that process. Now it's doing it. That's so weird. Anyways, you want to turn it off, you go like that, and then it turns it off. So but if you want to stop it, you can actually just go, let's just say it starts recording. What the heck again? And if you want to stop, you can just push this down here and it immediately stops. So you have to kind of time it right, but it does allow you just to quickly shut off something recording. I think that's pretty cool. Just another way of touching something that I've been using. Okay, let's get this drums going in here. Let me see if I got my... doing that weird thing again where it's like sort of not playing it, but whatever. I'm going with that. I don't really understand why that's happening, but I think it has a fun effect to it. What the freak? My kit disappeared again. I don't really understand. understand what is happening. Okay, I'm going to try unplugging some things. Maybe the Moog out of here, because what the hell? Sometimes the volume does that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh. What? Now there's no volume for it? All right, I'm gonna try deleting this track one more time. I have no idea why this is what happens with electricity though. Sometimes when you have like CV and things plugged in, it does do weird things to your... Okay, let's see if I can just record a dumb clip here. Hit the wrong button there by accident. All right, here we go. Two. This hi-hat sounds way too loud. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I know I actually haven't had, surprisingly, I've not been having very many bugs with it. Of course, when I go live, it's suddenly super buggy, which is maybe very fitting, but I have not really had any problems with that before. I'm gonna go and add the vintage effect to the drums. So I've said before, I really like that MPC sound. I always get rid of the maximizer too, because it's just too much. I want that to end. And I've been really liking this, using some of these presets in here to, let's see, a little more attack. Let's try that one. All right, let's figure out some other parts here. I'm going to get rid of the other these drums are a little too clean for me. I think I need to mess them up a little bit more. Let's put some other harmonic effects on here. Totally agree, Tyler. The maximizer, it's like they overdo it. I don't like how it automatically throws it on all the every time you play something too. Every time you put a drum track in there, it's like automatically on it. That annoys the hell out of me. Funky clipping. Let's try noise. I don't even know what this is going to sound like, but we're going to listen. That sounds kind of interesting. I don't know. Anybody want to get some input on the I'm trying to figure out what to do with these drums. They just feel just too clean before. This is without it. I want something more gritty. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's try that here. I need to make some more space for this too. So I'm gonna put the Mother Ducker on. I do love using this Mother Ducker. I just love saying it. Effects, I'm gonna put the Mother Ducker on, input on here. Dynamics, Mother Ducker input. I love how they make the diffusion delay. I could do that. That's cool. Let me put that in there next. I'll try that. I do like how easy they make it to add the sidechain compression to everything now. It's great. I'm going to put it on for the defam so I can start to get rid of that, to make that pump a little bit more. Okay. The Mother Ducker threshold, though, I always want the attack to be like 70 or 80. It doesn't seem like it works super great when I don't. Diffusion delay. I'm going to try that. Let's see. Delay. All right, let's see how this sounds here. What settings do you put it on there? Just like the... Here, let me solo this track. There we go. I tried that. I got it at 5% there. Yeah, I hear that. That's cool. Well, the compression, unfortunately now, I hate it when the Force does this, but you can't move the effects around. I put the compression earlier, and I don't really want to change it around at the moment, so this is where it's going to be for the moment. I still don't know what the freak is going on with this thing. So I'm gonna have to put a maximizer, as much as we were talking about the maximizer, on this thing to chill out the DFAM. Like is going all over the place volume wise, so at least I can make sure it's like more consistent. Look at that volume difference. Yeah, it's a hassle when you think of something afterwards. I totally get you, Tyler, when you're like, you have this idea and then if you want to switch it around, you're gonna like have to like delete them all, put them back on there again. I guess if you saved it, no, I guess it wouldn't. I was gonna say if it save it as a preset, but still, it doesn't really work that well that way. Okay. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to put the mother decker on the sub 37 dynamics. And I said before, I really like this tack to be at like 90, 80, 90, something like that. I find that tends to work better. Okay, that's kind of interesting. All right, so that's my AID. If you missed my last, Josh, he's not here with me today. So if you missed my last Force Friday, I talked a little bit about trying to always not just have like, that's a good idea, but turning into a bigger idea. I just need some sort of B section. You can kind of get there by cutting things in and out, but I usually like to get there by chord changes. If that's my main idea, maybe I might go down to the... Maybe I'll just kind of groove on that note there for a little bit and see if that works. So I turn my clip length off. start with that as a clip. Change my loop length to 8. MIDI gloves, that'd be so great. I do have this it's a brace for my damn finger because I hurt it. I do have this thing that I was so hoping to use with a Force. This wave ring. You guys may have seen this floating around. You put it on your finger here like this and you program it, and it basically figures out motion and can send MIDI signals. And so I was like, oh, this is going to be perfect. I would love just to have this be hooked up to the Force. And then I discovered that the Force doesn't allow outside CC stuff. I even have like the MIDI thing that I haven't even opened yet. You basically plug this into the MIDI input, and then it like reads it through Bluetooth, which I was super excited about, but it doesn't work because you can't use outside parameters to change CC in here yet. You can on the MPCs, so I mean, it's like sometimes it flabbergasts me that like Akai can be doing something in the MPC stuff, but not in the other ones. So this is not a MIDI glove. They are pretty cool though. I would like to try them. That would be something they could do with the Force. Okay, now I'm going to do my B section here. A little swell in the beginning. Okay. This DFAM always makes me laugh because it's just like the sounds this thing makes are just insane. I mean, it's really great for like just to be able to like have like the ability to just do so much with this thing. It just takes me out of the element of doing something straightforward. But anyways, oh, that's cool. I didn't heard that about the Force where it might be merging together. It makes sense. I'm looking through other comments here. Oh, yeah, I agree. It would be nice to have it tilted up a little bit. I don't know if I shared this in one of my things, but I have this stand that I use. I got from Sweetwater. This thing works amazing. It's like a freaking tank. It's this like a drum stand, and you just put it down. And the only downside about it is that it doesn't. These knobs do kind of bump up against certain things. So I've thought about doing it sideways and tightening it in, but obviously the tilt is off then, so if you you want to play sideways, that works. But it just like covers up the SD card, and you kind of have to figure out what you don't want to use in the back. It's, this Force is heavy, so it doesn't move around that much. But anyways, that's kind of what I got here. I'm trying to get the, come on, the metronome. I don't need it to be on play. I just want to go on record. Okay. Another thing I notice about when I'm using the Force, I don't know if anybody else has these problems with gain staging is challenging because you have to really start low so you don't slamming that maximizer at the end and just wigging it out. I have to kind of like make sure that I really back off on a lot of these sounds. Okay, I also need to, I'm realizing this DFAM is like way too much. Maybe I'll take off the MPC one. It's just too much low end. I got to kill some of that low end out of there. It's like taking up too much space. Parametric Q. I guess I don't really do that. I could just do, no, I'm going to do the parametric one. And I'm going to take down the low end here. So that sound. What else could I do on this thing? I'm out of effects. You know what I can do? I noticed this is the great thing about all this routing and stuff like that. Is that overdrive on the no, this thing is just a beast. It just comes out like that. It's like it's it's intense. It just creates, it's the noise level in here that somehow is turned off, but it's still coming on. It's like pretty wild. So let's see, what was I going to do? Oh, I'm going to route this to a bus. That's one way I found around getting through the low effects is I'm going to go to submix number 2. And then I can go to the mixer, master one here, and go to my submix and do a few more effects on here because I feel like this should have, I want to spread this around a little bit. I'm going to actually put that little one you suggested there, Tyler, about the diffusion delay, and put that on the DFAM after it's coming out of the process. I still need to use a maximizer at the end of this. Dynamics, maximizer. What the why is it doing that? That buzz is that strong coming through there? That's crazy. I don't know. There's something really frustrating about this CV thing that's going on here. I'll show you what it's supposed to sound like. Okay, so if I take off the advancing and the clock, oh my God, this thing is like. All right, let's try this one. Oh my gosh, this. All right, let's add another part in here. I'm going to use one of the plugins from here. Actually, you know, I'm a little. I need a break from these plugins. They are a little bit. I get a little tired of hearing them. I'm going to copy my Moog track. Did I do that right? From here to here. I should probably save this before I royally mess things up and then end up with something different. Okay, Jamuary, day 15. All right. Let's get rid of these two guys here. I need to find a better sound on here. So, okay, I kind of like that as a starting point. I do need to, this is going to be the day of you. Okay, let's get this one ready to record. All right. Ooh, I feel like I need to record this thing because this is like a wild beast, and I need to like tame it a little bit by turning it into some audio, because right now it's behaving so unpredictably, but I don't really know how to deal with it. Okay, so that's on this track. I'm going to turn, this one shouldn't be playing anymore. I'm just going to unplug it just to make sure. think I'm going to add another drum track to mix in here for the B section or chorus section. So I want to have a little bit more. Sure. You'll just copy that clip over. Where's my drum track? Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh. I tried to copy the wrong thing. Oh, it's not hooked up to the bass drum there. All right, let's figure this one out here. So I'm going to drag all these down. I wish this was easier to do on here. Come on. Oh, it's so inexact using your fingers like that. All right. Oh, shit. Almost deleted the wrong part. Let's try recording another part here. That's a pretty lame drum beat. I'm going to move the DFAM over to give myself a little bit of inspiration and record that drum again. That one kind of sucked. There we go. All right, I'm just going to save the last bit of that clip. Sometimes I really like recording much longer sections and then just moving to whatever I record rather than stopping the recording over and over again, which kind of breaks my groove a little bit. Why is it? Oh, come on. Can't tell me that's slightly off enough that it's not there. Okay, I'm going to grab this guy and move it over to, which of course I can't see. All right, I think I'm going to record the a different defam part for the verse so that I can just have something that's changing for there so it's not quite so repetitive. I'm going to go back to recording on this thing and let's play. Something's off. I think I need to quantize this. I think somehow I turned that off. It sounds a little loose here. Yeah, I did turn it off. Oh well. Not a big deal. Okay, let's record that. Oh, actually, you know, I could do this later in the audio portion, but I think I'm going to do it through the MIDI. Is I'm going to go through and actually move these over so that the DFAM is like slightly unsynced or just a different syncopation for it. Maybe like on the part like this. Check this out. I think I need to do a delay on that thing here too. You guys are having a full-on conversation, forced debate going on there. All right, let's record this. 1, 2. What was that? Come on. This snare clip at the end was like super lame and not on the beat. There we go. Ta-ta. And I think I'm going to copy this Moog track to the end. I wish again I could rearrange these in a bit different order. I'm going to use this for the first or section A section, and then the other one for the B section. So okay, I'm going to get rid of this filter on here and then put a delay, because I think that would sound pretty cool. An analog delay on this guy. Oh, it's still so... There we go. I just need to get rid of some of the low end. It was like, it was going too ballistic. All right, let's see how this, with the whole thing. Whoa. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I have two drum tracks right now, and I oftentimes put this vintage MPC 3000 on there. But when I put it on both drums, maybe I can solo it so you can hear what that sounds like. It's creating some phasing. Take it off. I mean, it's phasing in a different way there with that one. Here's one drum, here's the other. I think that snare, it's using the same sample. So what I need to do is go to track edit for this number 7. I could change them, but I also could just pitch it up or lower. Lower, see that it makes a difference. That worked. I just need to repitch the snare, I guess. Where's my little part I missed? Oh, I hate that you have to kind of like input output is not the best in the routing. There we go. All right, at this point, I think what I feel like this is good for today, except for I want to get some sort of transition between the two. I mean, I could play with the filter and whatnot to get it to swell a little bit more, but I feel like this sound over here, when I'm on it, like the tail end before it goes into this B section, I need something to like lead into that. Sometimes that's why I don't record just in only these like 8-bar clips and whatnot, because there's not a lot of continuity that happens to the different sections. But let me put some at the end of this here. Oops. All right, let's leave that little clip in there. I'm going to, I don't feel like I did a good job with that. Needs to start sooner. Okay, that was good. All right, let's take the loop length to 8 here. I kind of hate that it cuts it off right there, but we'll go with it. Okay, wait, where did I have my, I think I need to do one more track because I really want this low. Is this the, I have to solo these things, so I'll make sure I do the wrong one, but there we go, yeah. I want that to be sidechained more, so I am going to copy that to a new track and then change it so that basically I'm like using this for the verse. And I'm going to go into my effects. Wait, is that it? Why is that not? Yeah, I'm going to change the All right, let's see how this sounds when I do it in context now. Okay, and then what I'm going to do also in this clip here, I don't even know if I know how to do this. I guess I can do it. I can cut it apart here a little bit, but yeah, I heard my finger on a dryer door. Welcome, Gons and Zigons. I live in Portland, Oregon, in the USA. Well, I'm feeling close to the end of this piece here. Anybody have any other suggestions? I mean, should I rap over it or something like that? That's a joke. Um, but two parts, as I said before, I always try to kind of like, I mean, this is by no means like a real song, full song. We're just kind of doing these jams on a daily basis, and it has been kicking my butt. It's like really hard to get to this point where you're like ready to keep creating stuff on a daily basis. So I'm definitely finding it to be really challenging to keep up. Maybe it's also just doing video, not just doing the audio for it, but like trying to think, is this a good different video view and produce those? I'm behind in getting the videos out for the ones I did. So those are still coming for the last couple days. But yeah, I always try to do two sections, like an A section and a B section, just so that it has more substance to it as a song, as opposed to if you're just doing one idea and you're just looping it. Um, you may have had this challenge before. You just don't ever finish songs because you just have a whole bunch of ideas. So having something where you have like this, at least something you can go back and forth between. In this situation, it just gives me something to change some of the parts to. I did kind of change the chord for it. I was going in like in B minor before and kind of did a G major chord, excuse me. And that was kind of my only change, but that's kind of how I get to that part to, to doing that part there. So I'm just going to kind of play through it now, and this is what I think is sort of my final version here. All right, well, that's it. I was going to mention something I've been messing around with on this XY pad that I really like, which is to, in the setup, I put about 23 23 milliseconds, between 20 and 25 millisecond attack. And the same thing on the release. And what allows me to do is just graze it with my finger, and it kind of just does a tiny bit of stuff on there. And it kind of just has this nice little glitch. So watch this when I'm playing here. if I can hit it the right spot. No, I'm not doing it. I want to do it on the snare. Anyway, that's kind of a nice aspect of it. I kind of also wish there was something other. I haven't really figured out how to program another macro to do it for me, but I mean, I never use these beat divisions over here. It feels like a real big waste. I mean, who wants to be like... Well, actually, it is kind of cool. I've never really messed around with it up there, but so there you go. Well, y'all, this has been fun. Should I do this like every Friday? Do a little just hangout session instead of more bigger videos? Let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys next week. Cheers.